And good afternoon or evening to you from Pascack Hills High School. I'm Matthew Merlino. Right in front of me, you can't see it, is the Pascack Hills baseball field, where just a few moments ago it was pandemonium. The Pascack Hills Broncos stormed the field after defeating Indian Hills 9-8. We'll get into how that happened in just a moment, but first let's give you some of the background. Pascack Hills came into this game 4-0. They were 1-0 in the division. This is a divisional opponent. Indian Hills came into this one 1-2 with one loss as their only game in the division. It was pretty cool for the first two innings. Both teams traded strikes and outs as the score ended up 0-0 heading into the top of the third. Indian Hills batted and they started the scoring. Gavin Enright came on, took a strike, and then grounded through third base to left field. It was a base hit, and Dyers came home. That is Brody Dyers, who came on and got through with a grounder to center field. So that started it at 1-0 Indian Hills. Then after that, Cole Babian drove in Mitchell Felina, who was on base before that, and that made it 2-0 Indian Hills. Later on, it was a short center hit from Ryan Polanski that drove in Gavin Enright to make it 3-0. And then came up Pascack Hills. They were down 3 coming into the bottom of the third, but that did not matter to Dom Musco, the senior catcher. With none out, Stern at third, Giordano at second, and the freshman Kyle Wankus at first. He grounded through third into left field, and Stern and Giordano both scored to draw the lead to just one. It was 3-2 Indian Hills after that, and after that, Ryan Polanski came onto the mound for Indian Hills, the starting pitcher for the Braves. Give me a moment to pull it up, was Nick Vitelli, who did stay in to bat for the rest of the game. Now, Polanski on the mound, but that did not matter to Kyle Wankus because he got home on a walk to Joey Belcole to tie things up at 3. And then Will Ashenbrand came on, and he also got a walk, which drove in Dom Musco. That made it 4-3 Pascack Hills, and that's what happened when they went into the top of the fourth. In the top of the fourth, Gavin Enright back up. He flew to deep right center. He hit the ball. It was a fly to deep right center. And once again, it was Brody Dyers coming in, this time to tie it up at 4 apiece. That's what it was going into the bottom of the fourth. Nothing really happened there except for 2 straight hit-by pitches, one on Ryan Belcole and the other on Ariane Stern. That made the bases loaded. Kyle Wankus got on earlier. He was on third. And then Sean Busanik came up, the man who threw a no-hitter just a week ago. And he had a great hit to deep left. Wankus and Belcole came in, and it was 6-4 Pascack Hills. But coming into the top of the fifth, it was a pitching change for Pascack Hills. Joey Giordano, who had been on since the start, came out. He pitched an incredible 5 1/3 innings, and Amresh Balakrishnan, the junior, came in. He kept it to a 6-4 score, but unfortunately, going in, it was going to Chase Trolaro, the leadoff man for Indian Hills. It was a deep fly to left center. It got through the left fielder. Vitelli and Caulfield scored. That tied it up at 6, and that's what it was for the Broncos heading into the bottom of the fifth here. Nothing happened there. The top of the sixth stayed 6-6 with Indian Hills batting. And then Nick Vitelli comes up, the former pitcher. He came on, grounded to third, and put Enright and Polanski back at home to make it 8-6 Indian Hills. Bottom of the sixth now, just 2 more chances for Pascack Hills to tie it up or win the game, as they would. 8-6 the score. They wouldn't do it in the bottom of the sixth. In the top of the seventh, D'Angelo Rodriguez, who came in the last inning, came out, and Kyle Wankus, the freshman, who did score that tying 3-3 run all the way back, came in, and he pitched a flawless top of the seventh, only allowing just 1 or 2 men on base, and those were by walks. It was an incredible day for Kyle Wankus, and even then, heading into the bottom of the seventh, 8-6. Indian Hills with the lead, but it's not out of reach. Ronan Stern hit by a pitch. Joey Giordano comes up. As I said, he played almost the entire game as a pitcher and as a hitter. Stern was on first. Giordano walked. Then Kyle Wankus came up with the tying run as Giordano on first. Both runners advanced on a stealing play after a wild pitch on the 1-1 count. A pickoff at third was missed, but Fortunately, Kyle Wenkes did walk to load the bases, and then up comes Dom Musco. As I said, the senior catcher with no outs and the bases loaded with Stern, Giordano, and Wenkes. The fly to all the way, almost to the wall in center. It was dropped by the center fielder who was there. Both Stern and Giordano scored and tied it up. Ryan Belcole after that was intentionally walked, and then Arion Stern, with no outs, the bases loaded with Wenkes, Musco, and Belcole on, took the first strike and then hit a sac fly to center. Wenkes scored and won the game 9-8 for Pascack Hills and improving the Broncos to a 5-0 record. Another thing to note, just over here, you can't see it as well, but at the softball game today for the varsity Broncos, they won 7-5 against Indian Hills as well. Great day for both baseball and softball here at Pascack Hills and for me. For now, though, I'm Matthew Merlino. Thank you for joining us this it's a Wednesday, so thank you for joining us this Wednesday, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you for my next report. Good night, everybody.